when cops realize they're going to jail by Dr. Insanity. Let's tap in. Let's see what we got. Let's see how corrupt the police get.
There are countless examples of corrupt, evil, and even criminal cops. But what happens to cops who actually get caught? These are 4 examples of cops who realized they were going to jail. Starting with Tyler Moody, who was about to get the shock of his life after being brought into the interrogation room.
What did you
Have
do?
you offered your
What did you
resignation or
do?
not?
I can keep my job and no.
Well, you can't keep your job, okay?
An inmate charged with murder was discovered with a mobile phone and charger. When questioned, Tyler immediately folded and confessed to what he'd done. He expected to just get fired, but he was about to discover providing contraband comes with a much bigger punishment.
Of every citizen that we have the privilege to serve, and you've betrayed the trust of the brave and selfless men and women that you've worked alongside for nearly 3 years. So as of this moment, you're under arrest for bringing a prohibited item, a cell phone, into a correctional facility. That's a 3rd-degree felony.
Providing a prisoner with a mobile phone carries a sentence of 1 year in prison. And that's exactly where Tyler is right now, serving it in exactly the same place that he used to patrol as a cop. But unlike Tyler, Stephanie Lazarus didn't get off nearly as easy.
Now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
After decades of investigations, DNA evidence revealed that Stephanie was very likely the culprit of a murder committed in 1986. Because of the high-stakes nature of the case, the detectives made sure to meticulously plan this interrogation. Stephanie was a really successful detective herself, and she had recently received recommendations for her good work on a theft case. So the detectives used this and brought her in under the guise that they needed help with a case.
I don't want to talk about this in the squadron because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, everybody's always wondering what everybody else is doing.
No problem.
Okay?
An interrogation room is a strange place for such a conversation to take place, so to put her mind at ease, detectives told her this was the place they'd least be likely to be overheard, as the case details were strictly confidential. Sherry Rasmussen's body had been found at her home after being shot 3 times. At the time, police suspected the murder was a result of a burglary gone wrong, but the case went cold when they couldn't identify the suspect. However, 23 years later, when revisiting the case, detectives found evidence that led them towards Stephanie, a girl who had been trapped in a love triangle with Sherry and her husband, John Rutten. So the detectives decided to bring up John's name to see how she'd react.
Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends. I mean, what's this all about?
It's a case we're working on. It involves John, and in there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were good friends. I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
Was there ever any
Good friends, you say? Good friends. Good friends. Right.
relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated. You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's relating to his wife.
Both the detectives and Stephanie have tried to seem as friendly and relaxed as possible around each other, but Stephanie is obviously starting to get very anxious at this point. Even though the detectives gave a somewhat believable excuse, she is now in an interrogation room faced by 2 detectives being questioned about a girl she supposedly murdered 20 years earlier. Her breathing has become faster, and her language.
20 years. I feel like at that point, 20 years, like, I feel like once 5 years goes by, and it's like, obviously this is going to be like, if you take somebody's life and it's never discovered, you're going to feel like you got away with it. 5 years goes by, 10 years goes by, 15 years goes by. I feel like at what point do you go you go back to just living your regular everyday life, and you just like do you just forget about it? You like, all right, if they ain't catch me in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, I'm good. I'm golden. I'm in the clear. Like 20 years, imagine you do something and you got to pay for it 20 years later. Rightfully so, but it's like, she probably thought that the day would never come. She probably thought the day would never come where they found out that I killed somebody just to get set up in a fake interrogation. Because, like,
is defensive, and her movements have become more erratic.
And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with that.
Okay.
Okay? So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
Obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, gets done on cases nowadays. If we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe. Because now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Stephanie chooses.
See, and I feel like, look, in these interrogations, right? You gotta pay attention, because there's only a subsection of people that start talking about wanting a lawyer or wanting a legal advisor or wanting to talk to somebody. Like, them be the niggas that are guilty. Them be the niggas that did it. I feel like if you're interrogating somebody, like if you're a police officer, you're an investigator or whatever, you're interrogating somebody, and one of the things they start to say when shit start to get a little, a little too hot, and then, like, the pressure coming on, they say, well, I think I want to talk to a lawyer. You basically just said, I think I want to shut the fuck up before I've literally walked myself into the trap and tell y'all everything that y'all need to know. That's essentially what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is, I don't want to speak anymore because I may get myself in some real big trouble. Me personally, I feel as though if I was ever taken somewhere and being interrogated for a crime that I know that I did not do, we could talk until the fucking sun come up. What do I need to go get a lawyer for? Now, obviously, I feel like sometimes, like, some situations where, I can't even say that, because I was gonna say in some situations where the case may look shaky. The people is telling you everything, like, you was at this place at this time, yeah, I was there. You had got this item at this time, yeah, I did that. Damn, y'all making it sound like I fucking did it. I'm starting to believe I did it, but if you did some shit or not. So I feel as though I wouldn't even really need to talk to a lawyer. But once a person starts saying, let me get a lawyer, let me get somebody to look over my case, let me get a legal advisor, let me get some legal advice, I feel like it's a 7 times out of 10 chance that person did it. Let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think once you start asking for lawyers, that's a telltale sign that you did some shit, or you was an accomplice to some shit that you was, damn well you had no business doing.
To provide DNA evidence, hoping her willingness to help out would ultimately prove her innocence. But unfortunately for her, just 5 minutes later, the detectives decide they've heard enough and put her in cuffs. Months later, after a long and arduous trial, a decision was made by the jury.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen. We further find the murder was of the first degree.
Stephanie was sentenced to 27 years in prison after being hit with a single felony charge of first-degree murder. But to this next
now look, my thing is, right, if you're wrongfully convicted of some shit that you know that you, like, we're not gonna act like that doesn't happen, right? Like, obviously that shit happens and that sucks. But we need to do a study on the people who really sit in these interrogation rooms and swear up and down that they did not do some shit, but when shit goes to trial and evidence gets revealed and it gets discovered that person that was in that interrogation room swearing up and down that I did not do this, I didn't do that, y'all accusing me, I got an issue with y'all accusing me of some gang, it turns out that you did it. We need to study those people's brains, because it's like, maybe because she got caught 20 years later. Remember, maybe in her head 20 years, maybe that was enough time to just, like, maybe she fully convinced herself throughout the time that I didn't do nothing wrong. If I really did something wrong, or if I really did this, then maybe I would have been caught years ago. I would have been caught right when it happened. But no, 20 years passed. Maybe that's enough time for a person to just be like, damn, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I wasn't the main cause of the death. You know what I'm saying? Even though not we all, but you know that you were. The person that you killed know that you were. Like,
Jalen Fleer, a single felony charge looks like child's play.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
In April,
See, I'm telling you. I watch a lot of police interrogation videos, a lot of body cam, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the guiltiest people, they can't handle the issue at hand by themselves. They can't, especially a cop. Cops know well enough what they can say, what they can't say, and what makes them look innocent and what makes them look guilty. But a lot of cops, they're not gonna want to say anything because they don't want to tell on themselves. So they want to go get some legal help. They want to be in contact with a lawyer. Okay, you want to be in contact with a lawyer? Just know that it's a great chance that you're going to jail. You're going to prison.
2020, San Diego police received tips that a man had been engaging in with a local child. 2 months of investigation led directly to Jalen and a mountain of questions that desperately needed answering.
So, I know that I have a lot to delve into, but I really want to get to know you first, if you don't mind.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to lean back and get comfortable, just because. Are you comfortable? Do you want to take off your duty belt?
No, I'm good.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about your upbringing?
Yeah, so I will ask what this is about.
Yeah, so we're looking into some allegations that were made. We're kind of, it started with a Crime Stopper report, so we're just kind of going from there. We did receive a picture that, when we looked into it, it looks similar to you. So I don't know if you can take a look at the picture and just tell me if you've seen this picture before. Oh, I have like 15 million things here. Okay.
As soon as the allegations are brought up, Jalen becomes visibly stressed. He leans forward tentatively in his chair, clasps his hands together softly, and clenches his jaw. It's obvious he's worried about whatever he's about to be shown. The detectives have made it clear that he is not currently being detained and is free to leave at any time. However, she is making a noticeable effort to make him feel relaxed, using a bubbly and friendly persona to put him at ease.
So this picture right here.
Yeah, that's definitely me with the gross one.
Okay, so this picture right here, how old were you when it was taken?
I don't know, 20?
20? Okay, cool. That makes it very easy. So as far as like the picture, so...
No, and then right at that moment, like, look, I'm not advocating. Like, obviously, this guy did some shit that he should be, you know what I'm saying? He rightfully so, he should be convicted for it. He did some terrible shit. Messing with juveniles and messing with minors and shit like that. That's always dirty, nasty. Put him under the jail, throw away the key. Yes, the whole nine. But I never understood why people get in these interrogation rooms and they know that they did something and they're willingly compliant. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna take that route, if you're gonna take the route of I think I want a lawyer, why talk in the first place? If you know that you're being interrogated for some shit that you possibly did, or even if you don't know or you're not sure, why give some information and then when you fucking like I feel like right there once she said, "Oh, this makes it easy." You told the age of yourself. Why would you do that? Say I don't know. Say what is this picture pertaining to? Why does the age? Why does my age in this picture matter? Now I don't even want to continue because it sounds like I'm trying to help a nigga lie, which I'm trying. I promise you I'm not doing. But it's just like I don't understand why in interrogations people run their mouth just to after you done already dug yourself the deepest fucking hole. You say, I think I want a lawyer. I think I like to consult with some type of legal advisor, you know?
This photo came up in connection with some allegations about you communicating with a younger female on Snapchat.
Okay. Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
Jalen is starting to seem more and more stressed. He begins
cooked. Nick, once the word lawyer comes out your mouth, you're cooked.
To sway in his chair more and becomes more closed off with his answers. But the pressure he's feeling now is nothing compared to what the detective is about to lay on him.
So, this, like I said, this photo was sent to this person, so they were in possession of it, and we can't find any connection or reason why this photo would end up with this particular person if it wasn't shared by someone you may know or yourself.
I agree, yeah. My wife would have done it, so I don't know why she would share that. So...
Well, along with the photo came some additional information about your personal life.
Okay.
And based on some of the information you shared with me today, it seems to add up.
Okay.
The account that shared the photo and the information was called J178211, a seemingly random selection of numbers, until you realized that 17 was his college baseball jersey number, 82 was his high school jersey number, and 2011 was the year he graduated in. If this account was operated by a so-called enemy of Jay, they'd sure done their research.
Jay, I'll be very honest, I want to know the truth.
Yeah, no, I've never even heard of that account.
Okay. Have you ever
Lies.
shared any images of your with anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times did you say you've done that?
A lot.
Did you ever share any video?
This brother right here, a lot. This brother is a grower and a shower, just showing that peen to everybody. That's why you get in trouble. This is why you get in trouble now, because you're showing that peen to everybody. Not everybody that's overage and underage. This is your problem. Stop showing that peen everywhere.
Videos of you having with anyone?
With anyone? No. I've always had personal videos of me and my wife. That was it. And my ex actually had one, but...
Jalen then rightly decides that he's already answered enough of the detective's questions and asks him for a lawyer. However, unfortunately for him, he's quickly handed a search warrant, allowing the police to seize DNA, his phone, and his car. Police used this to gather a mountain of evidence against Jalen and, just a few weeks later, turned himself in. Jalen was charged with 20 felonies, including engaging in lewd acts with children under the age of 14, pandering children under 16, and engaging in the child under the age of 16.
And it's crazy to me because these are the niggas that, you know what I'm saying, go through a 12-month program, 6-month program, put their hand on the Bible, take oaths, they're in classes where they're learning about the laws and the rules and the jurisdictions and what am I patrolling and protecting the streets from? You know what I'm saying? These are the niggas that are taking that pledge every fucking year. And I'm not saying all police are like this, but it's a lot of people that's in positions of power that are just nasty people. You know what I'm saying? They're preying on children. Those are the nastiest. I'd rather you be a fucking corrupt cop that's just like you dealing cocaine and you giving phones to inmates and you taking lives for lack of better options, I say. But messing with children, bro, and you have a wife. He has a wife. Like, if you hate your wife that bad, you could go cheat on her with the next bitch or with the next woman. But you cheating on your wife with children? Like a grown woman doesn't scratch that itch for you, but a child does, an underage girl does. That's sick, bro. And you're a cop.
A few months later, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison.
And he only got 12 years. That's, all right.
But this disturbing act doesn't even compare to the atrocities that Daniel Holtz...
263 years in prison. They done threw the book at this nigga with all the pages. Oh my God.
Daniel was brought in for interrogation after a report came in that he'd made an unlawful traffic stop and forced the female driver to remove her clothing and perform on him. What detectives didn't know was that this was just one of dozens of other crimes that Daniel would find himself accused of.
So we have no misunderstanding because maybe I didn't key in on some things.
Bro, what is happening?
I want you turn in your activity card, walk me through it all again.
Turn in my activity card, I leave out of station, turn off my computer, done for the night. Head left to go westbound on 50th from Prospect. About a block down, I see a Grand Prix in the outside lane. I was in the inside lane. Directly in front of me, car swerved. At that time, I kind of fall behind of it. Lincoln, I didn't want to light it up at the stop sign, so I waited till it go forward and just lit it up just to the west. And then that's when I made a traffic stop.
Daniel recounts his version of events from that night. Cops said that he didn't report on the stop dispatch, run a records check on the driver, or even let them know that he just logged off for the night. But Daniel just explains that everything happened so fast he just forgot to do all of that, and made the traffic stop off the grid. However, Daniel doesn't seem 100% sure while recounting this evening. He takes unusually long breaks between statements and speaks in incomplete sentences. The true reality of cases is that it's almost usually impossible to get a conviction as long as there was no video or photo evidence of the event. The victim barely ever has any ability to prove that the suspect did what they did, as in most places, they are innocent until proven guilty. This is likely why this turned out to be one of 36 charges eventually brought against Daniel, each more disgusting than the last.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull my out and do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
So you think they could be?
No, it's not. No. Nothing on mine.
Your pubes couldn't be?
No.
Right there?
No.
You seemed a little extra worried whenever you talked about seeing her boobies. You sure she just didn't flash you?
I can't. She did not flash. I don't want to say I can't recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't flash.
I see a pair of titties.
She went like this, but nothing as far as I'm going like crazy looking.
Lifting the shirt.
No. This whole situation and
it's kind of scary.
It is scary, and I don't want my rep to be. Everything's about in law enforcement. I don't know, 3 years on. I know that, but everything's.
I don't want my rep. So niggas. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a person that, you know what I'm saying, is the most high on morals. But if I was being accused of something, the first thing that I would say that in order to defend myself and to help alleviate the situation, I wouldn't instantly go to my rep, like my reputation, how people see me, how people perceive me, because one, it's all about justice. If you know that you didn't do something, you want justice to prevail. You want justice to be the truth. You want justice to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Why are you worried about your reputation? Why are you worried about how people see you? If you didn't do the shit, then you wouldn't have to worry about your reputation. You wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you truly didn't do it. But for the first thing, for any concern, like you're not even concerned about the woman. Like you said, I hope the woman gets the justice that she deserves, but I know that I didn't do anything. I believe she has me mistaken with another guy, with another officer. But no, you're not showing sympathy for the situation. You're not showing sympathy for the victim. You care about your reputation. That's it.
About your rep.
Absolutely.
And I don't want this to fall on my rep.
Unfortunately for Daniel, though, I
don't want this to fall on my rep. 263 years, nigga.
Would affect his rep, as the DNA tests on the hair found in the car came back as a perfect match, and statements given by his girlfriend directly contradicted his story. So after the interrogation, he was placed on administrative leave, but just 2 months later, 12 more.
And the thing is, he's targeting African American women. This is a sick man, and it's crazy because I feel as though if they weren't able to have substantial evidence that could really stick to the case, that can really prove that this nigga's out here just doing sick shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at these are the type of women that come into police stations and they don't even really probably get believed. They don't get taken serious. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is a 16. They said he had 36 whatever the shit is. 36 people came forward and wanted to press some type of charge, take some type of legal action. 36 people. Some of them was underage. It said a 17-year-old black woman. Like, this is crazy.
Women came forward with claims, and he was subsequently arrested.
Verdict, count 1, battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of battery and set punishment at 8 years. Count 2, procuring lewd exhibition. Not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 3, burglary in the first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree, nor lesser included. Count 4, procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition, and punishment is set at 5 years.
Daniel was found guilty on 18 of the 36 charges and sentenced to 263 years in prison without the possibility of parole.
Gang, at that point, do you even want parole? Get 200. All right, before we end the video, right? I never understood these long ass, egregious ass sentences. Nobody lives to 263 years old. I just feel as though like that shit just, imagine like not me and you know what I'm saying? Because if I know me, I ain't gonna be in this situation, and if you're a viewer of mine, I know you won't be in this situation. We smarter than that. We're you know what I'm saying? We're not the best humans, but we're good people. But if you find yourself in a situation where a judge is just bro, stop at 90 years. Once you go past 90 years, it's not even possible for me to get out. It's not even possible. I don't want to hear you just keep adding years and adding years. And 263 years, gang. That's a lot of self-reflecting that nigga about to do. But hey, it's your boy RushMoreRick. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. That's the most important thing. Let me know what you want to see. We got more shit to react to out here. We out of here. Deuces.